In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the major steps that I took to sign up my first 100 online clients. And a little spoiler for you is the first two steps have everything to do with the marketing and sales strategies that I used. But the last one, and arguably the most important one, has nothing to do with marketing or sales, but provided me the most consistency when it came to signing up clients. So stick around to the end and I will give you the full roadmap that helped me get to my first 100 clients. Now, let's go ahead without further ado and dive on in. So I'm going to break this video up into two short sections. The first, I'm going to walk you through how I got to my first 11 clients with a simple launch strategy. And then I'm going to walk you through the magic where I got to the next 89 clients. Now, let's go ahead and dive on in. So when I sold my gym in the heat of COVID around 2020, I had previously just launched my online fitness coaching business. And we were able, fortunately at that time, to get around 11 clients into it. And so what I did was a simple post and a bunch of warm outreach. That is what got us to our first 11 clients. And I'm going to walk you through that post right now and some of the warm outreach that I did to get that. So here is the post. You can see September 2nd, 2019, right before COVID started. I'm starting a brand new case study group this month for people wanting to lose up to 20 pounds of body fat with our soon-to-be-released online fitness program. Then I outlined some important steps, a simple call to action, and then I put a little authentic reason of why I was doing it. And you could see it didn't get a ton of engagement, but it got enough. At the time, I was a nobody online, so I wasn't expecting a ton of it. Okay, so funny thing is, I saw this post, somebody had emailed me something similar, and I just modeled it, put in my own stuff, and it worked. And then I pretty much did warm outreach with my friends, my family, old coworkers that I knew, people from networking events, people from my gym, just growing my gym. I had a list of people. And so I went and did warm outreach. I booked 22 sales calls within that first 4 to 6 weeks. And I was able to close 11 clients, which got us to our first $10,000 to around $12,000 a month. And from there, I pretty much had to refine the strategy. So all of 2020 to 2021, I refined my messaging and my offer. I started to build money-making skills, which I'm going to share with you in just a second, the most important ones that got me to 100 clients. And then I had to really work on my mindset and my beliefs, which I think was very, very important for the consistency. Now, let's go ahead and dive on in. So, really important here. I'm going to give you the full layout and then I'm going to break down how I did it. So I kept refining my offer and messaging until the right prospects were attracted to my marketing, and the clients that I was signing up were getting amazing results. They were paying, they were staying, and they were referring other people to our program. That's how I knew I was onto something. And then my client acquisition, how I got clients, was using simple Facebook. It was a Facebook profile. That is it. A little bit on Instagram, but mainly on Facebook. And I went live pretty much all of 2020, every single day, because everybody was at home during COVID. Nobody can really go out anywhere. And I posted content with decent hooks. They weren't even that good. I had decent headlines, decent hooks, okay content, and okay call to actions. And that's what got a little bit of engagement and got people starting to comment. And this started to help me over the course of a year build thought leadership within a micro niche inside the weight loss space. So for me, I heavily focused in on on stubborn belly fat, which was a very small micro niche within the weight loss space. And then I just literally stayed consistent and got better at my money making skills, which I'm going to break down in just a moment, working on my mindset and my emotional state, to actually stay consistent with doing the actions. And so here's how I was able to do that, so you can model this shit for yourself. Now, here's how to do it. So step number 1, the message and the offer. You need to dial this in if you want to attract 100 clients. And so how I did it was a really simple offer. We had a one-to-one and kind of a hybrid offer. So we did one-to-one coaching. It was just me until my first 50. Then I hired an assistant coach. One-to-one with people. And then we had a group call and a community. That's all we did. And so we provided that. It was really simple. And so when I was designing this, I came up with a really solid promise that I knew I can deliver on and that I knew my audience wanted. And it was really simple. Lose up to 30 pounds of stubborn belly fat in 90 days or less. And it worked brilliantly for my audience. Okay. Another example how I do it now is for my in-demand coach program, where I help online entrepreneurs is build a $20,000 to $50,000 per month business, online coaching business with one offer, a tiny team, in under 30 hours a week. And then the next step here, so that's our promise, we have our process. How do we actually deliver on it? So for my fitness offer, it was our stubborn fat solution. And we had pillars around like eating, working out, stress management, mindset, things like that. For my business now, we have the in-demand coach model, which is where we teach people how to come up with how to connect with their audience, right? How to convert their audience, how to captivate their audience. You see? And so this is where we teach like the specifics. So you need to have your promise that matches your audience, your process, how you deliver it and fulfill upon it, right? And then you have the price. And so the best way I could say with price is you want to have like a monthly installment option and a prepay. But the way to do this, and this massively helped me with signing up clients, is most people throw out the paid in full first, and then they offer like the payment plans. But who else does that? Loan companies do that, right? And it triggers in your audience's mind like it's like interest for them. So if they can't afford the pay in full, then they have to make monthly payments, and it's going to be more. So it cues in their mind like this is a bad thing. So what I found that works better is what we would do is we would offer, say, monthly payments. I would say, hey, it is $500 a month for the next 16 weeks. Or you could prepay today and save X amount of money and pay, $1,500, right? Whatever that is for you. You see the difference? And I think that framing really helped me sign up clients in the beginning, especially. And so that's your messaging and offer. You're going to have to continue to refine that over time, but you have a simple promise, a process on how you're delivering it, and then you have your price and how you're communicating that price to people. Okay? That's number one. And then number two is the money-making freaking moves. These are the skill sets that you need to stay consistent with to get to that first 100 clients and beyond. And so for an online business, especially if you're in the coaching space, what really freaking matters is this. Number one, your conversion content creation. This is going to be things like your copywriting, how you use words to connect and convert people. Video. Right? How you show up on video and deliver in video, because it's very important in, the era that we're in. Persuasion, like how do you come up with great hooks to get people to click? How do you come up with a good story? How do you come up with good call to actions? Learning how to do great conversion content and learning that skill of like copywriting, massively important. The second skill here, money-making skill, is DMing to book appointments. And so once you have a script, the real work goes into refining the script, right? The scripts, like we give to our in-demand coach students, DM scripts, sales scripts, and they're built off of deep psychology. Like scripting works, but you got to refine it. And if you don't refine it, you're not going to ever really get the juice out of it. And then you have to create flow in your conversations, right? So if the scripts are the science, the art of sales is going to be how you actually go about communicating, right? Which leads us to the next one, with it's closing sales calls. And so similarly, you want to be refining scripts. And how you know you're onto something is you should at least be at a 50% closing percentage. This is where I was, and and then we ended up getting a little bit higher as our messaging and our content got better, right? But you want to refine scripts. You got to work on like the art of conversation, your tonality, how you're leading and guiding people through it. And then the last skill here is going to be it's not the last one, but it's like the last of the important ones, I think, at the beginning. It's creating transformations. So there's a big difference of, training somebody in person or helping somebody in person and coaching them and guiding them to a result online. And so when you do this, this will massively help you with getting referrals, right? And this is what helped us get to that 100 clients. It wasn't just all marketing, right? A lot of it had to do, or not a lot of it, but a good chunk of it had to do with referrals. And so coaching essentially is learning how to develop amazing relationships with people in getting them clear and focused on the things that will get them results. When you can get really good at doing that and breaking your clients' beliefs and helping them step into that higher version of themselves, this is not only going to get them better results, but it's going to keep them paying, staying, and referring people over the long term. Right? So those are the major money-making skills that I used, that I did, and I honed in to get to my first 100 clients and well beyond that. And so step number 3 here, and arguably the most important, is going to be your mindset. You see, Tony Robbins says success is 80% psychology, 20% strategy and skills. And so they're very important, but if your psychology is off, if how you're thinking is off, if who you're showing up as is off, it's going to be really hard for you to grow. And so you need to you need to figure out who you need to be to create 100 clients. And so in the beginning, what I did is just binge personal development. Like straight up, and I still pretty much do, but way more than. And then you got to think the strategy is the easy part. So the money making moves and the refining your messaging and offer, like it relatively is easy. You just got to stay focused, right? And so the skills that and traits that I actively focus on developing, and I would encourage you to as well. Number 1 is focus. The ability to say no to new shiny opportunities or things that come your way. You know, to get to your first 100 clients, all you need to do is the money-making moves and get better at them, and get better at your offer and your delivery and how you communicate your messaging inside of your marketing. Like that is it. And so focus. Number 2 is consistency. All right. This is the ability to keep doing the things that you know you should be doing despite boredom or discouragement. We're going to get discouraged. We're going to be facing rejection. There's going to be so many things. We're going to get bored and think we need to do something new. There's so many adversities and obstacles and failures along the way. But consistency is truly sticking to the thing that you know you should be doing despite any boredom or discouragement that happens. Okay? Then from there, we have our leadership and delegation. To get to 100 clients, you're not going to be able to do it alone. At least I can't. Unless you're superhuman. All right. So you got to stop doing all the stuff a VA can freaking do and learn how to create very simple, easy to follow processes that you can hand off to somebody. You know, eventually it's going to be a content person to help you with editing, maybe an assistant coach to help you with delivery, but being able to create simple things for the admin work and the things that you shouldn't be doing so that you could focus more on the money-making skills and your offer and your delivery and your messaging. Does this make sense? And so it's a really key skill and trait to learn. And then the last 2 under mindset here is going to be relentless optimism. So I would be deeply focused on focus on what's working rather than what isn't. Because we're always going to find this negative bias and things that aren't working in our businesses. And we're going to constantly be focused on them unless we intentionally take control and become optimistic about them. And so how can we revisit every single day your goals and your vision to help push you through the inevitable failures and rejection and obstacles that are going to come your way? Being relentlessly optimistic is an absolutely crucial skill set and trait to develop. And then the last one here is intuition. Being able to hone your intuition. It's important, especially if you're learning, to be able to model off of people that you want to have similar businesses to. But there's a difference between copying and pasting, and learning where you need to adopt and adapt to be able to fit you as a human, to be able to fit your strengths and your weaknesses. And so honing that intuition is an absolute crucial skill. It is a skill for sure, and character trait that you can develop. So those are some of the mindsets that have arguably been more important than any strategy that I've can learn. Now, of course, you need to learn them, right? And so to recap here, we have the message and offer. Just refining that over and over and over and over again is absolutely key until you're finding that you're attracting the right clients and you've got plenty of lead flow and people that are wanting to work with you. And then your money-making skills, getting better at your conversion content, which is going to be copywriting, video, all of the things that associate with that, right? Writing hooks, your storytelling, your persuasion, your call to actions, things like that. Then you have DMing the booking calls, just getting better at DMing your sales process and really learning how to refine your scripts and how to really get good at conversating with people in a sales environment. And then of course you have creating transformations, actually creating deep-rooted transformations in people and delivering to them so well that they want to continue to stay, pay, and refer for years to come. And in the mindset, being focused, having that consistency, learning how to delegate, being able to have relentless optimism, and honing that intuition is absolutely key. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, make sure to click the like and subscribe for more. As always, remember, your message matters now more than it ever has before. Don't be afraid to speak it. Be seen, be heard, and be impactful.